Today I'm going to be breaking down the ultimate Wonderkid recruitment guide. I've got 6 essential steps to help you find your next Wonderkid, and to make sure they hit their full potential, you definitely don't want to miss the bonus tips at the end. So let's get into it. So step number 1 is all about manually scouting. What you want to be doing is setting up some filters. So you're going to click into new search and let's put this down to between 15 and 19. Second step, what we want to do is highlight the technical, mental and physical attributes. Okay, so now that we've got them highlighted, what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the number. So we've got it set at 15 at the minute for each attribute. Obviously that is a pretty good attribute. So we're going to take that down and we're going to start around 13. And at the top where we've got this match 36, we're going to take this down to maybe say 19. Okay, so a couple of players have dropped in now. So we've got obviously Lamine Yamal, the ultimate Wonderkid. He's amazing, we know this. But have we got any regens in there? We've got Andy Leahy. Oh wow, this guy looks pretty sick. We can see that determination 20, dribbling 16. This guy is looking awesome. Okay, so let's do it again. So we'll take it down to say 15. We're going to match 15. Okay, so we've got some more players now. Let's sort it by age. So we've got this Andy guy. Now we've got Thomas Fleurival, whatever that name is. But again, this guy looks pretty good. Dribbling 16, off the ball 16, flair 16, natural fitness 16, balance 16. And they've got another guy, Gabriel Alvarez, finishing 16 at 17 years old. Decent physicals. Again, we found another good one. But what you can do then is you can mess around with these filters. Maybe we can put that up one attribute, and when we do that, actually, we've dropped down, and all we've got left is Jamal. So clearly that is maybe a little bit too high. So then we can maybe drop the match. Let's drop the match down to 12 and see what we get. Okay, so we've got some more dropping in now. We've got Joey Stevens from Ipswich. Joey Stevens isn't looking bad actually. You get where I'm going with this. A nice easy manual filter. Okay lads, so for step 2, we're going to head over to the recruitment focuses. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new focus. Put any position, and then we're going to set this minimum current ability down to the grey stars. Because what we want is people that have got maybe a low current ability and people that have got a maximum potential ability. So obviously these star ratings are based on the current squad. Now in this particular save I've taken over at United. For a 4-star player for United, that's going to be pretty world class. So I'm going to put that at 4 stars. Then we're going to change the age and we're going to go as low as we can go, which is 15, and we're going to go down to 19 on there. Okay, that's it. We're set up in terms of the age profile and potential profile. So now we just need to decide where we're going. So we're going to go to the areas, we're going to choose an area, we're going to choose a region, we're going to go South America in this case. Then we're going to assign some scouts. So we're going to go to the scouts. If we've got some Brazilian scouts or some South American scouts, we're going to send them there. So we're going to send this guy, this guy, this guy and this guy. So then we've got 4 Argentinians working in Southern America. And that is that scouting thing set up. So we've got 4 scouts scouring the north of South America looking for Wonderkids. Now what you want to do obviously is set that up for as many different regions as you can, and then your scouts are going to find these players, bring them into your inbox, improve your scouting knowledge, and when you do the previous step, your scouts will have found more players, therefore more players are going to show up in your search. Okay, so step number 3 is going to be, actually we've set up all these searches for the scouts, but what if the scouts are no good? That's right, so we've got to make sure that the scouts are decent. If we look at Chris Favell, we've got some amazing attributes there. He's got judging player ability of 17, which is pretty good, but his judging player potential is 20, and that is what we want when we're looking for Wonderkids. On the flip side of that, if we sort it the other way, we've got this guy here, this scout, is called Robert Dewell, and this guy has got judging player potential of 13. So actually, whilst he'll go out and find some people, is he going to give you the most accurate scout report? Probably not. If you start your save and your scouts are rubbish, just hit that mutually terminate if you can afford it, and find yourself some new scouts with better attributes so you can get a more accurate report on all the Wonderkids that are out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over here and we're just going to search for the staff the same way that we search for players. We're going to hit the search, we're going to pick some attributes, we're going to go to judging player ability, judging player potential, put it as high as we can, and let's see what we get. So it's set to 20 and 20, let's see what we've got. We do have a scout on here that's come up, Riccardo Pacini. So if we have a look at Riccardo Pacini, he's got judging player ability 20, judging player potential 20. Sounds like a person I need in my team, so I'm just going to go to approach to sign this guy. He's interested in coming, 375k, bang, let's have you in, done. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, tip number 4 is long, but definitely worth it. If you head over to passion4fm.com, you'll find a list of when all the youth intakes happen across the world. So essentially what you're going to find out is the date that all new gens are generated in a particular country. So we can see here that Argentina has got a youth intake date range of the 27th of April to the 30th of April. So let's show you how to find those players. Click world and then find the country that you want. So in this instance we're going to be looking for Argentina, then we're going to go to transfers, and then we're going to use this drop down and go down to youth intake. then we can see we've got all of the players that have been intaken into the clubs. So we can just have a look over and see if anybody's actually popping up that we think is of interest, and then get some scouts out there. This is an incredibly expensive and long way of doing it. If you get there first, you've got a chance of getting people on a free. Step number 5 is going to be about 2 key attributes. 1, the determination, and 2, the personality of the player. Because if you find a player that's got the best stats in the world, but is not professional and has not got a good attitude, then they're never going to succeed. So what we want to be looking for is those good personalities. And by those good personalities, we're talking like model citizen, professional, fairly professional. Those kind of personalities are players that are more likely to succeed. So let's show you how to find that in your search. So all you do is head straight over to the player search, click your edit search, go to add condition and find personality, and then just add the personality where you want. So in this instance we've got model citizen. Okay, so I've added a few more personality types here. What we want to make sure is that we put or. So we're going to put model citizen or perfectionist or professional or any of the other personality types that you want to search for, and then that's going to show me everybody who's got that personality type. If we look at this top guy, Ruben something or other, we can see that this guy has got the model citizen personality. So this guy has got a really good chance of succeeding, and actually if we look at his determination as well, he's got 17. So if we have a look at what determination actually means, we can go to our squad, and if we look at Manuel Agati in this instance, he's got determination of 19. So if we hover over the attribute, it'll tell us exactly what that means. So this attribute reflects a player's commitment to succeed and do his very best on and off the pitch. So you can see why that, with the personality type, is so important to ensuring that your Wonderkids reach their full potential. Okay, and step number 6, before we get onto the bonus ones, is making sure that when you find these Wonderkids, they're actually getting some good game time. Now what do I mean by good game time? They need to be matches of some importance. Just playing these guys in the under-21s or the under-18s is not going to give them the maximum growth. They need to be playing important games, so whether that be for your first team in maybe the cup to start with, or you're sending these guys out on loan. So if we're going to send the guys out on loan, what's important when we're looking at that? So let's look at this guy. So we've got Shea Lacey from United. Stats are looking pretty decent. He's up to 20 now, so he's probably coming to the time where he's probably going to be sold, because looking at that, it's probably not good enough for United, but he has been out playing football. So 2 things that are going to happen there is, 1, we're going to get some money for him because his value's increased. So if we wanted to do a youth to gold method, this is definitely going to help as well. Okay, so let's see where he's on loan. He's on loan at Swansea. So if we go to Swansea, what we want to make sure is actually, is he playing for a good standard, and has he got the facilities to help him succeed? So we'll go down to the club's facilities, and we can see here that they've got great training facilities. So that is going to help him improve. If you were to send him to a club that's maybe not playing the important games and the training facilities are poor, obviously that's going to hinder his development. So in summary, make sure that when you're loaning players out, they're getting good enough game time in a club with good enough facilities to make sure you can maximise that loan to its full potential. So there's your 6 tips to help you find the best Wonderkids. But here's the bonus tips. Okay, so let's say you found an amazing Wonderkid, but his personality is not quite what you want and the determination attribute's not quite where you want it. So how can you fix that? What can you do about it? Well, first off, we want to go to the dynamics section and find out actually who has the influence over the rest of the team. So we can see here at the top, we've got Matthias de Ligt as a leader, we've got Bruno Fernandes as a perfectionist, and we've got Marcus Rashford as fairly professional. So let's set up a mentoring group using Matthias de Ligt as the leader of it. All we're going to do is we're going to head over to training, then we're going to click mentoring, and then we're going to make a group. So there we go, I've set up a group using Matthias de Ligt as the team leader. Now within there, we've got a couple of other players. So if you look at Larry Bacon, he's got some really good attributes for his age. He's 16 years old, he's fairly ambitious. So not maybe the best personality type, not the worst, but not the best. And his determination stat is only 14. Then if we go to Edward Fletcher, we can see that his determination is also 14 and he's fairly ambitious. But what we can see is that the estimated influence on this group from Matthias de Ligt is significant. And then when we look at the effect from this group, these guys are also going to get a significant effect from this group. So all of that good stuff about Matthias de Ligt being a leader and the high determination is going to get imparted down onto these guys. It's really important that you put the time and effort into setting up these groups right, because if you get it wrong, some of the less favourable characteristics can get handed down to the youth players, and we definitely don't want that. And the second tip that I've got for you is making sure that your club is set up to bring in the best Wonderkids in the first place to save you some money, and then he's also set up to make sure you can maximise the potential of these guys. So how do we make sure that that happens? So we're going to head over to club info, then we're going to hit facilities, and we're going to check out where we're at. So we're at United at the moment, so you'd expect that to be pretty decent. So we've got excellent training facilities and excellent youth facilities. Now, excellent is not as good as it gets. So how do we make that better? Well, first off, we want to make sure the board like us, which is obviously a good start, but then head over to Club Vision, go to Make Board Request, so go to Facilities, and then go to Improve Youth Facilities. Ask a question, see what the board say. The other thing that we need to do is go into there and go to Networking, then select Improve Youth Recruitment. Keep doing that until you can get to the best facilities that you can afford, and your youth intake days will get better and better. And there you have it, there are my tips for finding Wonderkids in Football Manager. Let me know in the comments if you have any success using these methods, and if you did like the video, make sure to smash the like button, maybe give me a subscribe because that will really help me out, and I will see you on the next one.